What have we got here? This is interesting. This is before we continue, if you're a subscriber, go ahead and comment below. And I will pick somebody down below, and if they're a subscriber, give the video a thumbs up if you actually like it, and send this out to them before it's released. This is a collaboration set that's coming up, and it's thank you for your support. Everybody's gotten their stuff except 2 people, and that means that a lot of people in the past year have gotten, and it's for supporting the channel, and I appreciate that tremendously. Now let's talk about this very, very interesting piece of kit today that I have to say, I didn't really think I'd be interested at all, and I was going to do an unbox and move along, but it turns out that I actually like this. This fills a niche. Let me explain something. You see that piece of kit right there? If you're familiar with it, you know what it is. I don't use it very often, but I'm glad that I have it in my possession because I do sometimes use it. This is something that falls into that. I don't think I would have really went out and grabbed this, but having had it sent to me for free by Moondrop, there's the disclosure. I am not going to give this away. I'm going to keep it because I like it. That's kind of a wreck in itself. Let's talk about it. It is a portable disc player. It is also a thing that you can plug into the back of your PC or your laptop and basically turn into a sound card and up the music quality. It has, let's talk about it really quick. It's got an on and off switch. It's got the USB audio, which is a power and also data transfer level USB-C, so you can charge it up because it's portable, or you can use it to connect to your PC. On the side here we have nothing. We've got the display, which is very old style. It's got basically a stop kind of power button, basically a stop button, play and pause, previous, next, and then it's got what looks like kind of a menu button, and that will set it into shuffle, continuous, or replay the same track over and over again. It's got 100 volume steps. I haven't gone over like 29, 28. It's got the opticals, you can see. It's got 3.5 and balanced out. I've used balanced out exclusively. It's got rubber feet on the bottom. It's 750 grams approximately. It's quite weighty. You put it on the table, it's not really going to slide or move. If I were to use this, which I'm going to put it in this profile, and this exposes the one weakness of it, and I'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about specs on this real quick. Audio lays dual Cirrus Logic flagship decoding chip, 4-channel independent analog amplifier circuit. It really seems like it's got plenty of power. Let's talk about what this is in PC mode. 44.1 for basically Redbook, DSD 2.8 megahertz to 11, so it really can do all of your DSD. Output power looks to be, and this is I think in portable version because they're not talking about power output in the plugged-in version, so it doesn't really make any difference, obviously. The output power is 222 milliwatts at 32 ohms impedance balanced, and 112, so half of that. Output voltage is 4 volts RMS balanced, 2 volt SE. It seems to be more. Again, for IEMs, this really powers anything with lots of headroom because, again, it's got 100 steps. So that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go into this long. I will point out the one thing, because feedback to these companies is important. I noticed that when I put it like this, it kind of has a gap there. And then when I picked it up, it just opens up because there really is no magnet or clip system, which isn't a big deal for me because it's totally secure. It clips in like CD players from since forever. That's not a problem with that. If you're a backpacker and you're going to use this for university, like really portable, you might want to get something, and I suggest to Moondrop like the old FiO rubber bands that they use so that you could stack a portable amp, like a, God, what was that called? The E12, the FiO E12, and then on the back of the X5, and you could piggyback those with 2 of those rubber bands. If Moondrop included one of those in this package, that would totally solve the only issue that I can see, and that would only be related to portable use. On the desktop, that's not something you would need to consider. But if you're really, like I said, a backpacker or university, or going to work on like public transportation, you want to use your physical media CD players because you're really into that, and I would totally get it. That would be the one thing to pay attention to. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something you ought to think about. And you could come up with a solution yourself very easily and very quickly, but Moondrop could do that as well and just include it in the package like like a rubber band. Something to consider for future. If you're thinking we don't want a click or that mechanism is something that we don't want, just get a rubber band type of thing. It's pennies or less than that if you bought it in bulk of thousands. That's it.